it's a time for us to update you with all that is going on in the exciting, fast-paced world of sports. And it gives me plenty of pleasure to welcome you to this edition of the show. It promises, as always, to be exciting, fun-filled, and we will touch up, of course, on a whole lot of issues, both on the domestic scene and on the foreign scene, that are of interest, and issues that we hope will help us to move our sports to where it should be. So thank you once again, and welcome to Sports Tonight. My name is Tony Ibitoye. I'm not alone. Let me just start by introducing my partners on the program, Cosmos Chukwemeka. Good to have you on Sports Tonight.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Yeah, and of course, Yemi Adebayo, pardon me for saying good afternoon earlier on. Well, afternoon and night, there's a whole lot of difference.
Yeah, big
yeah.
time.
So, Yemi, good to have you as well.
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure.
I was expecting, I mean, yesterday I was asking you, Sami Khedira is in today, is out tomorrow. What's going on?
And my response was...
And I think it's over. The deal is off.
I think so too. And my response was, you know, the kind of players
Arsenal eventually
noise about don't usually sign them. Most of Arsenal's recruits, they probably started before June. They get them quietly go about it. And even when the name pops up, a week after that, they get their man. But the ones that
name pops up after the game
they really don't get us. Look at when they got Podolski, Gervinho. Look at all those players.
Ozil.
Not so much of noise, but when they start dropping names, that's when I'm afraid.
It doesn't work. So this Khedira is not working.
But then you have to look at the factors, you know, in some of these transfers. Khedira, for example, Freeze has been agreed with Real Madrid, but then Khedira is asking for so much, and Arsenal do not give that much.
Something will always happen when the transfer is so prominent on the pages of newspapers. Something will always happen. Either they don't agree personal wages, or the structure is going to be broken somewhere, and the player eventually doesn't end up coming to the Emirates.
Yeah.
All right. That's just to tell you a little bit of what we'll be doing on the program tonight. Later on the show, Dumnadio Konta will be joining us. At that time, we'll be taking a look at transfers. Not for Europe. We'll be looking at transfers in Nigeria. We'll be spending a lot of time, to look at who is moving from where to where. On the domestic scene, believe it or not, it is also very active. It's also very exciting. And when we get to that time of the show, I'm sure you will be able to track some of those names. Players of the domestic scene have become household names now. Well, thanks to Stephen Keshi and the policy of calling up a lot of these boys to the national camp. So we will also be talking about the transfers. Ifeanyede, remember him, one of our outstanding players at the Chan, is moving from one club to the other. You need to begin to show interest in these movements as well. So we will talk about it extensively on the program tonight. Dumnadio Konta has done a lot of work. He's put his ears to the ground. He knows who is moving from where to where, and will be giving us a very comprehensive review of the transfer window, comprehensive updates around the transfers on the domestic scene later on Sports Tonight. So please stay around, and I'm sure you will enjoy that part of the show as well. Well, later on the show as well, we will be doing a preview. Tomorrow, we are going to be having 4 top quality games in the Federation Cup, quarter-final matches. We'll be having a game in Enugu, we'll be having one in Onitsha, we'll be having one in Kaduna, and we'll be having in Abuja. Tough games in the Federation Cup. We'll be doing a preview of the Federation Cup games later on the show tonight. Someone will be joining us on the line from Enugu. We don't want to tell you who that person is just yet. Will be giving us a comprehensive preview of these matches as well. You also need to track and follow these games if you are interested in football development in Nigeria. Well, we can't but talk about what is going on abroad as well. So we'll have a little bit of stories from outside as well on the show tonight before we wrap it up. But in our usual style, Sports Tonight is not about these guys sitting here. It's not about the 3 of us on this side. It's a lot more about those of you outside there. In fact, you are more in number than those of us who are here. And we will want you to be a part of what we're doing. We want you to talk to us as well. In case you also know a few things about transfers on the domestic scene that you want to share with us on Sports Tonight, that's the platform showing on your screen where you can do it. On Facebook, channels, iPhone Sports. On Twitter, you can tweet at channels_sports, at Tony Ibitoye as well. We'll be able to read your comments real time on Sports Tonight. So please come along with us, flow with us. It's your show. We need you to be a part of what we're doing here. You are more on that side than on this side. So please get active with us and let us enjoy the show together tonight. Yeah, let's start off without wasting any more time. Yemi, you've been keeping tabs. 24 hours to go now.
It's actually 22 as
22 hours to go. 2014.
I'm actually looking at the
countdown,
official page. 22 hours, 59 minutes, 24 seconds. And the countdown.
Okay, for the sake of those of us who are still here, we are putting 24 hours to go on the screen.
Yeah, so you have over 71 countries that will be participating. The actual games start on Wednesday. Starts on Thursday, yeah. And
so tomorrow is just opening ceremony.
Opening ceremony tomorrow.
But the Games Village is already open.
Yes.
And countries are already in.
Yeah.
A lot of countries.
A lot of countries, that's what they said, 71 countries. 4,500. It's the largest multi-sport event after the Olympics, as you would expect. And so you have all those athletes that I'm talking about. And of course, the experience that the British people had during the London Olympics.
It's coming to good use?
Yeah, a lot of people will say that's what we're going to see in Glasgow. And I hope it will be good and a memorable one for Nigeria, because when you go into these competitions, what really keeps the interest is when your country does well. Nigeria will be hoping to get medals. We'll be participating in 7 sports. We'll be able to get medals, although I've painted a picture that most people do not agree with yesterday. But somehow I'm still hoping that the Nigerian contingent will get to do well. But by and large, it's going to be interesting. The game has suffered a lot of high-profile withdrawals, but we still hope.
Can you take us into some of those withdrawals?
Chambers, for example, Chambers has withdrawn, and the British guy, he withdrew today. He said they want to focus on the European Championship. There are some other ones as well.
Usain Bolt is only going to do in the relay. We're not going to be seeing Usain Bolt over 100 meters.
His training partner who came to, what's this guy's name? That's always number 2.
Young Blake.
Young Blake. Says it's not going to come. He came to Scotland, actually, to race
for promotional reasons
in the Grand Prix,
but not
in the Grand Prix, got injured. I don't know if it's retribution or anything, but he had actually said it wasn't going to come. And some other athletes here and there, even some reduced the level of participation in this. And
that even the Olympic, even the organizers of the games had to bring in a waiver to allow some 50 athletes that were supposed to have been out for registering late to still go ahead and participate. So it looks like those withdrawals
you want to question the drawing power of the Commonwealth Games, because you saw a lot of withdrawals, and you see some athletes, I don't want to use the word coerce, but the organizers finding a way to say, even if you're just going to participate in this one event, just come, so that the star power. That's why I said a lot of question marks on the drawing power of the Olympics. Because if, for instance, Usain Bolt is going to come to
Glasgow,
it will bring a lot of fans to the place. Not just Usain Bolt, a lot of top athletes who, for one reason or the other, and top athletes have a way of picking and choosing the events they participate in. The excuse Young Blake said was that he didn't want to jeopardize his preparations for Rio. As at now, he's already thinking of
in 2 years' time.
So that's why you have to question, the drawing power of the Commonwealth Games. But we're still going to witness a good games.
Anyway, let me come to you, Cosmos. Yesterday we highlighted a few things about Team Nigeria. We talked about Segun Toriola particularly. But the story around Segun Toriola is that Segun Toriola says this Commonwealth Games will be his last international competition for Nigeria. He's already working as coach player. But he says this Commonwealth Games will be the last time he will be actively participating. He's putting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 years into representing Nigeria. And he says it's time to call it quits.
Yeah, I was talking about it this morning with some of my colleagues, and I was saying that this guy has been there for a whole lot of time. Maybe the guy should just leave. And they were saying, for goodness sake, if the young ones cannot even beat him,
as we said on the show yesterday,
if he's still at his best, why not? He could continue to the age of 40.
And set some record. I mean, just keep playing.
You understand? And I did not like it because it's not giving a chance to the young ones.
The young ones have to earn their chance.
Yeah, exactly.
They have to earn their place.
But then, at this point, he's retiring. Very good for me, as far as I'm concerned, because they have to give those young ones the chance. Because if he keeps being there, the experience and everything, and he beats up everybody. You saw him at the Classic last year. You saw the way he played well. You saw him at the